Chapter 12 Karna. In the Mahabharata, fate destines Karna, a demigod, to be brought up in a family of untouchables. Immensely talented but despised because of his low status, Karna is shamed in a large gathering and denied opportunities. King Duryodhana, the chief antagonist of the Mahabharata, defends Karna in his moment of shame and makes him a king. Karna never forgets the generosity of Duryodhana. He sticks to Duryodhana through his many misadventures, knowing that it will cause his destruction, and ultimately does give up his life for his benefactor. There are Karnas around us, but they are rare and few. It is now 3 days since I attacked Sita's assailant. I have walked and walked as much as my strength would carry me, trying to create physical distance between myself and the murder. I have no destination. India is a land of many jurisdictions. I hope a non-entity like me will be able to melt into the throng of a faraway part of India and escape retribution. It is late in the evening. I sit by an eatery outside a small town, exhausted from a day of walking. The air is heady with the smell of frying eggs, parotas, curry leaves, and masalas. The incessant clanging of metal spoons against the woks is making me salivate. I sit in the half-shadows, dreaming of food and hoping that some kind patron of that eatery will notice me. There is a pot of water and a plastic mug on a table near where I am sitting. This is the shop's wash basin substitute. A burly man with greasy hair comes out of the tiffin center to wash his hands. I look at him. He notices me looking at him. Something about me seems to raise his ire.
"Hey, what are you looking at?"
He is speaking in Telugu, a language I understand somewhat but cannot speak well. I nod my head and look away.
"I'm talking to you. Don't you dare look away. Waiting to see who you can thieve from, aren't you?"
He is yelling, attracting attention. That is the last thing I want now. I shake my head to indicate I am not a thief and fold my palms to indicate submission. This does not appease the self-appointed vigilante.
"So you're pretending to be dumb? I know buggers like you. You sit and watch, follow people home, slit their throats and run with the money. Not in my town."
He wants to create a scene. He is probably a little inebriated. I slink further away from the glare of the tiffin center's tube lights. A few people have gathered around to watch. "Just a plain old beggar, let him be," someone mutters half-heartedly. The greasy-haired man is not satiated. He advances toward me. I brace for his attack. I cannot afford to fight back. A man walks out from the tiffin center. He is dressed in saffron robes and has vermilion and sacred ash smeared on his forehead. He is a sadhu, a renunciate. He gently places his hand on the shoulders of the aggressor. "Let him go, Bhai," he says gently. "He means no harm." The greasy man whirls around ready to yell, but he sees the sadhu. This aggressor may confront many strong men, but he will not dare oppose a holy man. He steps back.
"I'm only trying to protect our community, Swamiji."
"I understand, Bhai, but he is not a thief. I can see it. He is just a hungry lost soul." He turns toward me. "Come, Bhaiya. Have you eaten yet?" He smiles at me. Suddenly I feel safe. In the middle of all the chaos, I smile in relief. That is how I met Karna. After a hearty meal of parotas, we sit outside the tiffin center and talk. Karna is a rare soul. He seems genuinely concerned for me, a stranger in his town who cannot speak the local language. He sits and listens. His eyes glisten with earnest curiosity. The more I talk with him, the more I feel I can trust him. I haven't felt trust in a long time now. It feels strange, this urge to trust someone and share my story. I learn that Karna belongs to a local ashram. The spiritual leader of the ashram is Prem Baba. Prem is love in Hindi. Karna tells me that love is the message of his chosen spiritual master. Karna had wandered the streets of this town without purpose until a few years ago, when Prem Baba had rescued him and set him on a path of spiritual salvation. Since then, Karna had been on the streets rescuing wayward souls and leading them to Prem Baba, who would guide them towards salvation. The more I speak to Karna, the more I realize I have found my destination. I ask Karna if he can take me to Prem Baba. Karna is elated. He does not know my past. He does not care to ask. All he sees is a suffering soul, and he wants to help. In love there is healing, and love knows no discrimination, he says. Exactly the words I need to hear. I go to Prem Baba's ashram with Karna.